What did they say in the San Diego article?
I don't know. It just says that, are we on?
Probably. You don't care, do you?
No, I don't know. They said something about, I can remember this very plainly. They said something about my dancing teacher being Rosemary Frackerack or somebody. Something they made up out of the blue.
Didn't you have a dancing teacher?
I had
Rosemary
a
Frackerack?
wonderful dancing teacher who taught me ballet for years and years by the name of Irene Isham Clark, who I imagine is still in La Jolla giving classes in some studio there. And I am very grateful to her, and I felt rather sorry that they'd made up some name or something, or sort of gotten it mixed up.
Well, I remember having
Otherwise-
Irene on Sunup and saying that you were one of her prize students.
Were you on? Was she on?
Yeah, she was on.
Lovely.
I think it was after you left, so.
And her daughter went to school with me and everything.
But we talked about her several times when you were on
Yes,
Sunup and about your
yes.
ballet
Oh,
and
that's-
so forth. Yeah. Would you suggest that girls who want to get in movies, and there are a lot of young gals in San Diego that look up to you as a hometown girl making good, would you suggest they enter beauty contests?
I don't think it has anything to do with ultimately becoming a success as an actress or in show business. It's a nice thing, I think, surely when you're young to be in a contest with some friends and so forth, and it's kind of a giggle. But as far as I'm concerned, it has nothing whatever to do with success in a career in show business.
What does? What's the big key?
Oh, gee. I really don't have any formula to give everyone. I think anyone, if they're really realistic, doesn't offer a formula. But it takes an awful lot of hard work. And it just seems that the more you learn and the more you know, the more you realize, of course, that you don't know. And you try to prepare yourself for all the opportunities and all of the instances that you'll be put in so that you can really perform well under any occasion, and that's very difficult and it requires an awful lot of effort. I suppose that's why it is difficult to achieve any degree of success, and of course everyone knows that not always do the most talented people or the most hardworking people win the game of showbiz, as they say, but
Well, you've
you have
played
to
a
try,
good game.
and I think you have to approach it in a very sincere manner. I mean, you just can't think that you're going to walk down the street or sit yourself on a bar stool somewhere,
And be
something like this,
discovered.
or be Miss whatever, and everyone's going to say, wow, this girl sets the world on fire. That's not really what happens. Press-wise, maybe that's what happens. That's what they write, and you'll never be able to convince somebody that it hasn't happened that way, but of course it's not really true. I think you know that, and I think most people...
You must be dedicated. You must have a routine.
You have to have a
must
sincere
discipline.
attitude toward it, and if you're sincere, of course, then you have to be disciplined and you have to work at it. And
Well, I can attest to the fact that you worked very hard here this afternoon during rehearsals. It's very, very hard work.
this is our first rehearsal. I keep saying to Bob, he's so wonderful and he has so much energy, and he can just come in and wing something like that. And I always get terrified. I keep saying to Bob, please, let's have a rehearsal. Could you think maybe just a little 10-minute rehearsal?
Does it help you to learn the lines when you're working with a guy like Hope? Because he throws caution to the wind, throws the script out the window, doesn't he?
Well, yes, I learn the lines. I usually learn the lines. I only got the script like on the way down in the plane. But I don't have trouble learning lines, and I throw caution to the wind as well. There's no sense worrying about it. If you've only missed a few pages, you say, well, what the heck, we'll make up a few as we go along.
Well, we have fond memories of you on the Sunup crew. A lot of the gang ask about you.
I do too.
And many of her fans are always wondering what happened to Raquel. So we try to keep them up as your career progresses.
Oh, well, I've been to Europe, as you may or may not know. I was there for about 18 months, about 2 years ago, and I made several films there. I worked in Italy and France and London and Spain. And
What's your favorite picture? What do you think did the best for you?
Well, at this moment, my favorite picture is yet to be released. I made a film just recently in Texas and Arizona with Dean Martin and Jimmy Stewart called Bandolero. And as far as I'm concerned, that's the best role I've had to date, and I think I do the best job in it so far. And we had a wonderful time making it.
What do you play in? What's your part?
Well, I play the part of a widow who's kidnapped by outlaws. And Jimmy and Dean are brothers. One is kind of a good guy, is more conservative in his attitudes toward life, and the other one is kind of an outlaw, a rebel. And well, you have to come to see it to find out how it all works out.
Personally, I'd rather kidnap you.
And then,
Listen, as I recall, when you were on Sunup
Yeah.
for what, 6, 8 9, 10 months, something like
Yes.
that. And you stopped because you were going to have your second child. And somebody said that...
Second? No, I don't think so. That was the first one.
Somebody said that you were going to have another. Are you?
No. Who, me?
Well, I think
No.
they said you.
Oh, well.
You know how these magazine
That's
stories
all
go.
right.
Have you heard that story? Have you read that
No, I
story?
hadn't. No. No. What can I say? It's not true, but I know you won't believe it.
You got it from the gal who should know, Raquel Welch. Raquel, thanks for spending a few minutes on Sunup, because
Well,
I say a lot of your fans have been asking about you, and I wanted them to see you in the brief time that you were in San Diego.
Oh, well, thank you for having me.
Good of you to come by.